Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Ben. Welcome back to the channel. Now, it is my absolute favorite time of the year. Yes, the leaves are changing, it's getting colder outside, the days are getting a bit shorter. None of that matters. What matters is that it is Fat Bear Week. We're right in the midst of it, and if you're not familiar with Fat Bear Week, don't worry, we'll get to that a little bit later in the video. But I wanted to use this as inspiration to spend a couple of minutes talking about general bear safety when we're backpacking, camping, overlanding, spending time in the backcountry. Bears are real, they're out there, they're not out to get you though, and with a little bit of common sense and some intentional planning, you can avoid any negative encounters altogether. So let's get into it. Had a little cup of coffee here to keep me going. All right, full disclaimer at the top here. I'm no expert. I'm just a guy that loves camping, exploring, backpacking in the backcountry, and I've run into a California black bear a time or two. I don't have any certifications. I didn't go to school to study bears or their behavior. This is what I've picked up over the years and what has kept me safe. Do your own research, use your own common sense though. So the way I see it, bears have three real goals in life. That is to hibernate through the winter, to fatten up in the summer to get ready for winter, and to find a partner and mate and reproduce. Now, nowhere on that list is mess with humans, get in their stuff, steal their food, or turn them into dinner. These negative interactions between humans and bears happen when humans, whether they mean to or not, interfere with one of those three primary objectives of a bear. This can look like a bear fattening up for the winter, smelling some new exciting smell coming from your camp, whether that's your chicken enchiladas or your deodorant or toothpaste, because a bear can't tell the difference. It all just smells good to them. Or maybe it's a mama bear and her cubs wandering through the forest, not realizing there's a hiking trail right there because a bear doesn't know hiking trails. Bears can't read maps. And you turn a corner silently and stumble upon them. These are the types of situations that we want to avoid with a little bit of common sense and a little bit of intention while we're out there doing our thing in the backcountry. So first and foremost, I think one of the easiest ways to avoid negative interactions with bears is to manage your scents. And this could be, again, your food and snacks that you're bringing on your trip, your toiletries, your deodorant, toothpaste, things like that. Anything that smells new and exciting. And again, with a little bit of planning and being a bit intentional with the way you do things, you can manage these interactions and hopefully avoid them altogether. The first way I do that is by packing all of my food, all of my snacks, and my toiletries in something like this bear vault. A bear canister like this is the leading way to keep bears out of your food supply. It's not scent proof, they'll still smell it, but they won't be able to get into it and they won't get habituated to eating human food. So when I'm backpacking, the very first thing I do when I get to camp is pull my bear canister out and find a place to tuck it away for the night. This usually looks like some rocks, a bush, a fallen log, at least 100 yards away from where I'm going to be sleeping. And all of my food and my toiletries are over here. So what this means is that when I'm ready to cook, I walk over to my bear can with my jet boil. When I'm ready to brush my teeth, I walk over to my bear can, because a lot of people forget that your toothpaste smells good. If you're brushing your teeth where you're sleeping and spitting on the ground, that scent could attract a bear right to where you're sleeping, and you're serving yourself up on a platter at that point. So a bear canister is a great first step. This is the big one. I think it's the perfect size for me, especially if I'm doing like a longer trip, like 7+ days. And it's also light enough that even if I'm doing an overnighter or a weekend trip, it doesn't feel too bulky or like too much to carry. And that's the real key, is it only does its job if you've got it with you on your trips. Now, the other way people get themselves in trouble with bears is what I call the sneak attack. You're hiking along, turn a corner, and boom, there's a bear in your path. You're shocked, the bear is shocked. This likely isn't going to end well. And the easy common sense approach to solve this problem is to let the bears know you're coming. And you will look crazy if you're solo hiking, but when I'm out there, I'm making noise. I'm talking to myself, I'm singing, I'm air drumming and air guitaring, whatever it takes to just make some extra noise, because These bears, just like their sense of smell is so good to find your food from miles away, they can hear you coming. And when they hear something foreign, they're going to get spooked and they're not going to want to be around where that noise is coming from. So make some noise, talk to yourself, yell out, "Hey bear," every couple of minutes. Do something to let them know you're around, you're in their zone, and you're coming. And then you can really minimize the chance of this sneak attack happening. You can also buy things like bear bells, put on your backpack, just make a jingle as you go, whistles, keep them around your neck, make some noise every couple of minutes. Air horns, probably excessive unless you're face to face with a bear, those types of things. I haven't had any problems just calling out every couple of minutes, letting them know that I'm coming down the trail. Those are my 2 quick tips for a little bit of bear safety in the backcountry. Store your food properly, make some noise as you're coming. And this 3rd and final tip is really preparation for a bear encounter. There are a couple of devices out there to hopefully fend off any bear attacks. Air horns are a good way to make a really loud burst of noise. Hopefully that's enough to scare them off. The other really good thing to be carrying is bear spray. Now, bear spray is one of these interesting things. It only works when you have it with you and readily accessible. It's not going to do any good against a bear attack if it's at the bottom of your backpack and all of a sudden that bear's charging you down. You're trying to dig it out. You're just going to be served up as some spicy dinner at that point. That's why I've got the holster for it too. When I'm in my car, this whole thing sits in my door pocket. When I hop out, I clip it right onto my backpack strap or my waistband, my belt, something like that. So it's easily accessible to get to in an emergency. You want to practice with this though. You want to maybe get an inert can, practice unholstering it, getting this little clip off, this safety retention clip. All of those things should be things that you practice so that in the heat of the moment, when the pressure's on, you're ready to deploy it. So there's links in the description below to this bear vault, this counter assault bear spray, and some general information around being bear aware and bear safety in the backcountry. Definitely check all those out. All right, so here's what you've been waiting for, the inside scoop on Fat Bear Week. Now, Fat Bear Week is put on by the folks at explore.org. And if you're not familiar with the work of Explore, I'm not sure what rock you've been living under, but fire up the old internet browser, go check them out. It's super cool what they do. They've got this huge network of live nature cameras to go in and just watch wildlife do their thing. They're not sponsoring this or paying me to say that. They don't even know I exist. I just think it's super cool. And this time of year, they run my absolute favorite competition, Fat Bear Week, which is designed to crown the champion bear who's done the best job fattening up for winter. It is a single elimination competition with the public voting to decide who moves on each round. The bracket's made up of all sorts of bears, all ages, and you can go to explore.org, meet the bears, watch them live in Katmai National Park, and you can vote. We're just getting into the semifinals. It's a ton of fun. If you're watching this video after October 5th, you'll have to put it on the calendar again for next year, but it's worth it, I promise. It's so much fun. So head over there, check out the bears. I think if I was a betting man, my money's on Walker to take it all this year. Let me know who you think is going to win in the comments below. And until next time, get out and explore somewhere.